Hello.
Hello.
This is Sam Simon, Dementia Man, and this is our Dementia Man blog for the week starting Sunday, August 24th. You'll notice the background's different. And yesterday, August 23rd, was our 59th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, Susan.
Happy 59th, Sam.
Let's have a kiss. Okay, it's still G rated. But we wanted to mark this moment in our lives. Looking forward to 60 next year.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, hopefully. And we just wanted to share just a couple things. And we have a couple of traditions now with anniversaries. No, we're not going to have a big party, or we didn't have a big party yesterday. Our kids, we have two adult children. Our son is Marcus Simon, and our daughter is
Rachel.
Yeah. And they each have two kids, but they want to put on a big party because I just turned 80. Susan, you don't give a woman's age, might do something similar in October. And they're going to have a party celebrating our mutual birthdays and our anniversary sometime closer to the October time frame, which we're looking forward to, and we're going to enjoy. So what did we do to celebrate? Well, we went out and we celebrate with hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of art? This started by almost accident, because one year I was away for the anniversary and I had been in Woodstock at a improv camp, and I found a store that had beautiful, I'll give us each one on the word, hearts. Various kinds of pictures of hearts, or various hearts that we even have two more. Another heart, and then a real heart. Yeah. No, the other side. Yeah. But we have this great collection, and we just said we like this one best right now. But we went out, we shopped together, we saw a play and had dinner out. But life has changed a lot for us. And 59 years. So technically we are in our first day of our 60th year of marriage. And Susan, we each have been unique. I'm hesitant, unique experience. Susan, was very sick in 2000. And breast cancer, and the doctors didn't think she was going to make it, and boom, she's here. I was the care partner. And so our roles have changed. I now have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. And so, but she has a slightly different role. It's called, we've named it cognitive navigator. So I got to tell you, I think it's a really hard job, but it's essential. It's there both in the play and in real life. That people see me, hear this, and they say, "Oh, you don't have it." But Susan can assure you that I get lost occasionally. Usually, it's not finding something. Every once in a while, where are we? I'm driving. I said, "Where are we, Susan?" And she navigates, but I'm driving still, but carefully. She's maybe not carefully enough for Susan. But at any rate, so I thought, we've been through a lot, and everybody's through a lot. What we've done is committed to and you'll remember this, maybe we can say it together. We were once asked by a young lady, a college student, what was our secret? And we answered with the phrase, a sacred promise.
Promise,
Say that,
right.
you say it out loud.
A sacred
Right.
promise.
And what is that? But I mean, the funny thing is that we hadn't thought about it. It just popped into, and she finished my word then. And it's a promise you can't break and don't break. And it sounds maybe some people might want to argue with it, but if you, in your struggles and in your hard times, you remember that and you work really hard. It's not to say you ever put yourself in danger and don't stay in a dangerous relationship, but they can be hard and life can throw stones at you. And if you work hard, and there are times where we worked hard, and but we I think share in gratitude for our life together. It's been a remarkable life, and we have wonderful grandchildren. But I was going to I was going to ask Susan, what's it like? What is the cognitive navigator role been like for you? And can you tell people a little bit about that experience and what you feel?
A cognitive navigator, I'll start with the performance time. It is, I have a script and I sit on the front row, and it is for the purpose that if I can see that he may be forgetting something or has forget a part of it, that I can quietly say, number 6, and he can look at the script and go back to 6 if that's something he's forgotten, or if he is walking around a little bit, and I give him the time though to take a breath and see if he can remember it. It's important not to just go right in, but to give the time for him to think. And then if he gives me a certain look, I know I have to say what line he needs to.
So that's why we don't use it. Just now, Susan, you made me think of, and somebody might be, well, why not what do you call them, the monitor?
Screens.
That was good, but the screen can't recognize me, can't know when I might need it or where to go back to. It just runs rotely. So having a human being doing it, and a beautiful human being at that,
Thank you.
and but it's an interesting thing because I just didn't, we thought about ourselves and how do we do it? And I cough sometimes. So, yeah, now what about the other part of life?
The other part of life, every day, every day, you have to be. Every day, there is a need for a cognitive navigator, because he will say, now, where did I put my keys? Is it in the usual place? Or he will be working on his book, and all of a sudden, if I'm downstairs cooking or something, he'll go, Susan, and I'll say, what do you need? And he says, do you remember this? Because I need to remember the name or such, or where we were at a certain point. So those are sort of the things that you find that you need to help with. It's also important that we keep up with what is available for help and how to get help when you're in need of help. Because when we have talkbacks, people always are out there asking for information. So part of the job of the cognitive navigator is to help him remember what all those organizations are and which ones do help, and what kind of information they can give to others that will help them do something. And again, every time I get asked, what about you? How are you as the caregiver? And we call it the care lover, not the cognitive navigator in that point, but the love partner. And that is something that we decided on because after 59 years, we know each other. No one else knows us as well as what we know about each other. And because of the respect that we have for each other, that is something that we know that we can ask for help if it's in need, or if not, we just keep going on and having joy in our lives.
Well, there's a distinction that I drew in doing this, and I think it's within what you said. There are two sides to this now. A care partner is a caregiver, and Susan does give me care. Make sure I take my medicine. Make sure we get to the doctor's appointment. So far, she didn't help me get dressed, but that may come on. But she certainly can help me find my right clothes and doesn't match. But that's a form of caregiving. But then there is just the relationship. That's the love partner, where it isn't about it's just being with each other and loving each other. So I think that was an important aha moment, at least for me, and I think a little bit for Susan, that it's a complex situation when you get into these area where one side of a couple. It's also the other thing, and we'll sort of end with this. We discovered too, I think together, we'll hold our hands while we say this.
Yes.
But that after this time, the title of the play is an existential, Dementia Man, an existential journey. And there have been two. The first play, by the way, you can see a lot of stuff about the first play at theactualdance.com. But Dementia Man, it's the same thing that we discovered that the relationship goes deeper. It's an existential interconnection. We are, in some ways, and this, maybe a little bit more my language, but I feel like we share a soul. We become a singularity. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, see, we got that too, right? She said soulmate. Yeah. So we got one of those. We're soulmates. Well, I like to think that we're a soulmate, and our souls are intertwined, and so that's how I came to. I wrote a poem for the actual dance that became what I call the anthem of that. But it's the anthem of this, and the title of it is Us, and us as being you and me. And it's a simple, short play. We've got to put to music too. And us is life exists in each of us as a form of the divine, a tangible essence. Who we are love is when our essence became intertwined, each an equal half of the other. Mm-hmm. I love you simply awakens the us in you and me. So that's how we're celebrating us for our 59 years together. And if we think back to when we were 16 and first noticed each other, it could even be longer. And you can help. You can help. Our ability to do this, our ability to move audiences, our ability to, Susan has to travel with me to everything and be there. We need your tax deductible support too, if you can. $59 check would be great. And you go to dementiaman.com and see the donate button. we're sponsored by Fractured Atlas. They're our fiscal sponsors. They're a 501c3, and all the money goes to not to us. We live a comfortable life. We need to be careful because the cost of doing this work. We have some wonderful directors, and a director, a dramaturg. People do the all the web work and help get all this up on the net. And our goal is to publicize this, and everybody who needs to see and experience this work, you can help us bring that out there by your tax deductible donations. So thank you for being a partner, and let other people know about it.
Yeah.
And another kiss. Come on.